Well, I think
Spread option, I mean.
I think it definitely helps you feel more comfortable with running your quarterback. And when you're not sure about your depth there, you have to be a little careful with that. Not that you ever want to get a guy injured or anything, but I definitely think that we'll have the ability to use those guys as runners as well. Well, I think you can just see the comfort level that he has in our offense, and the way he kind of handles himself on the field, the way he runs the team, and that sort of thing. That's a hard thing to replicate. I mean, you can't. There's really no substitute for that. So having been out there and done that for 9 games, I mean, you can see that. I think so. There's no doubt about our goal every year is to win the Iowa Conference Championship. That's our starting point, and that's not going to change. That's where we start. If we don't do that, we're disappointed. And so our guys understand that we've been 2 years without that, and I think they've worked hard and they are hungry. At the same time, it's very competitive.
Looking at last year's roster, I think of guys like John Orr, Garrett McGrain, kind of had that edge to them. John always was at the edge of insanity sometimes, but who are some of those guys that give you that edge competitively?
Yeah, I don't know if you're going to replace a guy like John Orr and Garrett McGrain from both a skill and a talent standpoint, but sort of the intangible things they bring to the table. But we certainly have guys that are doing a good job of leading. I think about guys like Ryan Billings on our defense is pretty enthusiastic and emotional leader. Martin Hyatt is a guy that likes to get guys going a lot, and so forth. I think your team, all teams are, they try to find their identity as you go through, and I think, the leaders are still finding their way a little bit, on this team. Well, I think guys have progressed nicely. I think, the way they've worked through the off season and in the spring and the summer is a big part of that. Having guys here together in the summer is important. It's something that I think our team's been more committed to in the last 5 to 7 years than maybe we used to think about that. And that takes some commitment, from guys. But I don't know the exact number, but we probably had over 30 guys around during the summer that were able to push each other and